Councillor Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a pleasure to rise to take a short call on the third reading of the Social Housing Reform, Housing Restructuring and Tenancy Matters Amendment Bill. Sir, I'd like to congratulate the Minister of Housing for the work done on this social housing reform, sir. Our social housing package is a key part of this national-led government's promise to deliver a better public service to the people of New Zealand. I was sitting here listening to the debates earlier, and I have to react to this one where I think Moana Maki actually said we should do what Labour did for housing. Well, let me say, no thank you. For 9 years that they actually had the Treasury benches, I'd like to sort of compare the work that we're doing in this national-led government versus what they did in 9 years that they were in government. No thank you. You would not be following what Labour did for housing. Sir, I listened to a lot of examples that different members have actually quoted. I too have an example. Last Friday, I actually visited a constituent in a house where there are 19 people living in a 3-bedroom home. Some people were living in their garage. A lot of the teenage children were living on the couch in the living room. And there was a brother and sister-in-law who had 4 children living in a single room that is not slightly wider than how my arms are stretched out right now. They had 3 single beds. There weren't a lot of room to move, and they are desperate to find a house. But there isn't one for them. They're on the waiting list, and I wish I could actually help them. And earlier, the minister actually quoted, gave an example of a man in his electorate who, when he actually got the housing help, he actually probably did need it, but now he is still living in a Housing New Zealand home when he is earning a lot of money and he is able to afford a home, when the people in my electorate living in a single room with 4 children and a couple, each parent sleeping on a single bed with 1 child each, with a newborn baby who's less than 30 days old. That's a need, sir. This bill is about helping people like that in my electorate, in the electorate that I am actually based in Mount Albert, to get them into a house because they are the people who are most in need. I commend this bill. This is a great bill. Thank you very much.
Call Dennis O'Rourke.
Mr. Speaker, this bill is